We know that dreaded feeling when your child comes home with an assignment that requires them to write a story. Help! You feel like screaming. Children's book author Ted Prior lends a hand to break down the process into achievable steps. When you are creating the words, therefore, do they come first or do they come after the illustration?
And on a scrap piece of paper, I just write down little ideas that come to me. I use words, but they're not the actual words of the story. No. I'm just writing all sorts of little possibilities. Then I do what's called a storyboard, which is a technique I learnt from animation, where you actually do little black and white drawings, and then you write the words of the story underneath. And when I'm happy with the storyboard, then I send that off to the publishers, and then we sit down with that together later, and we say, now how does this look? And we do some more editing.
Yes.
And then when we're happy with how it's working, then I go ahead and do the finished coloured illustrations.
It's interesting that you've said that you do the black and white, just words on the page, kind of a map. Often when we're asking children to write a story, we're like, yep, let's get these words on the paper, we'll do the illustrations later. It'll all come together. But what you're saying is...
I think a child is probably better off just doodling around doing some drawings.
Yes.
If you're trying to get a child to work out a story. And then you can add some words later.
And that interaction between your publisher and yourself in editing the process is something that we often skip with children. What a worthwhile step for parents and other caregivers to sit down with the child and say, okay, let me see your story. How does it really flow? What does it really look like? How would you like to improve it? It seems you can never underestimate the need for collaboration, the need to discuss the story and allow pictures to come first rather than the words taking precedence. There is a great formula for successful stories. Let's share it with our children.